Yes. Are you done?
It's not gonna keep you signed in.
Why not?
I don't know.
Something new? I don't know what's going on. What's up with you? Like. So
see you warm. You sound like you want to hit me with one of these quotables Zeke hit me with recently.
What's that?
Here it's between you, Debo, and him now, just be in the house. He said, Dad, I know you hiding the AC. He said I was hiding it.
Like it went somewhere.
Right.
That's crazy.
We didn't run the AC all summer.
If you leave the page, will it be off?
Probably not.
Okay, got it. We're going to just use your email. That's the easiest way. Anyway, go ahead.
That was it.
Yeah.
He said, Dad, you hiding the AC, and I know it.
It's hot out here, too. This is the summer weather that I thought that we
good.
What?
I said we good.
Oh,
the AC time in the house it's a wrap.
Oh, it's over with.
It's over with.
No, but I'm saying this was the type of summer weather I thought we were going to have, where it was dry, hot outside. We had the humidity joints. So that really got me more than anything, man. I think like it's cool enough in the nighttime though that you open your windows, you can survive.
Hell yeah, I'm glad I was freezing at the Neo concert.
Yeah, because it dropped down to 62 or whatever. Anyway, so what's new, man?
Man.
DJ Normal Ass Carl.
Oh, I got you. Yes. I want to welcome y'all to the You Wasn't Outside podcast on the Grown Folks Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, not doing the most, Normal Ass Carl. To my front, I have my man at Just Lex.
Normal Ass Carl. And Just Lex.
Yeah, that kind of ruined the vibe. It's a weird Friday already.
Yeah.
Weird start. It's all right, though. I feel like every one of them is the same. Me, nothing's new been going on. I think also the fact that I usually get another 2 days to live, but I'm 4 days removed from the last time we was here. So, yeah, didn't get it. And usually I watch all my experimental shows on Friday. Routines, like routines are really, really a big deal for me. And, when we do this, but I apologize, but I'm going to go play golf tomorrow. I fucked up. So my man's hit me. He was like, oh, remember we playing on Saturday. Told another dude I played with him on Sunday. And I was just like, you know what? I ain't really got Lex out the house on a Friday anyway. He could watch the Steelers if he wants to. I'm going to take advantage of the Chargers bye week. We could easily be 0-4, so don't take that as love.
Yeah, I'll be around. Other than, I did go outside this week, but that was just to run down the street real quick, see Neo, Mario, and Pleasure P.
Where were they at?
It was at the amphitheater.
How was it getting out? I always got to check the...
I have VIP, so I was good.
What does that mean?
Sound
there's only
Beatrice.
2 ways in, 2 ways out.
Right, but I had expedited everything.
Like even exit?
Exit.
How do you expeditiously leave when everyone can leave at any given time?
Well, I don't know how to tell you. All I know is I was out in 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
2 minutes.
That's hate for me. Huh?
And nice little brisket dinner.
It was solid.
Yeah.
Okay, see, because last week when we left out of here, I was telling you I went to what is it called? Dickie's barbecue. That's terrible. And if that's quality to you, where do you go for barbecue?
Say it was quality. I just said from what I remember, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but I might have only been talking about their sauces. I don't know if I was talking about the whole
The sauce
experience.
was cool because that was the only way I could eat that. With barbecue, you should be able to eat it without barbecue.
But I'm also somebody who thinks Phil's is hella overrated.
I think that I've never been there, but
you never been to Phil's?
No.
Oh,
I go to Coops. I still Phil is white. Not for real. That's a real question.
I think so.
Okay,
I wasn't sure.
Not saying anything against white people in barbecue. I've seen great Texas barbecue. What I'm saying is that I support the black dollar. So I go to Coops.
Yeah.
No offense to you. You took
offense to that. I go to Coops.
Okay, there we go.
Last time I was there, I saw Kawhi.
He does come down here and frequent. And then there's I think it's Bowleg off of Market.
Yeah.
Which I think Bowleg beats all of them that I've talked about at this point. So have you had Bowleg?
I can't remember.
You would know.
No, yeah, I know, but
it's not really a restaurant in there. It's like somebody's house that they converted into a restaurant.
Those be the fire ones.
Yeah. And then they don't have a liquor license, so they hand you the beer out the cooler.
I've also had Gates.
I might be snitching.
Gates
right
in
now,
Kansas City is different.
Where's that in Kansas City?
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like they're. I think you can find better barbecue in Kansas City, but Kansas City as barbecue in general is their chain restaurant is better than whatever fire you can get out here.
Okay, I'm with you on that. All right, man. I don't want to wait on this. I want to get it out the way.
I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'm nervous.
I never thought that we would side together. Possibly. I don't know where that's going to happen. We didn't talk about this in the beforehand. You know what I mean? So, yeah, go ahead, hit my hand claps.
Oh, you talking about that? I'm like,
yeah.
Hey. I was like, what the fuck?
Nah. We thought it was going to drop a bomb on you. Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yep, it's just not gonna work.
Yay! What happened?
It's Friday, dog.
Did you leave the?
No, but because it refreshed. Every time it refreshes, you just want to go out.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Anyway, so the Drake album came out today. Now that's another thing that I didn't. I want to preface this by this. I didn't get a full 100% listen in. I got through 75% though. And then I retried it again in the car because what I got to in that 75%, I was like, no, there's no way that I'm missing this, right? The speakers, I would argue, in the phone, right, are just, in my phone at least, I have the 14 Pro Max, whatever, nice speaker edition. You can hear way on the other side. So I'm playing the music from my phone. And I can hear the instruments and I'm hearing, his cadences. And I'm like, it's really not for me. Like, some of it's for me and then some of it isn't, right? Like Her Loss. I thought Her Loss was a decent album if you take out the 21 Savage part, right? People like 21 Savage. They like the way he flows and stuff. Just not for me, all right? I may be in the minority of that. Who knows? But what 21 does, just not for me. So listening to this Drake album, it kind of reminds me of a few Her Loss tracks, like the instrumentation. And I looked at the comments a little bit in the social media, like on the rap page and stuff like that. And, it's mixed reviews. Like some people are saying, oh, this is a top 3 Drake album. Some people are saying this is mid. Some people are saying like, it's all right. Ain't nothing. I'm wavering to the it's all right stage, right? On the back end, there is some R&B like cuts that I've seen on there, a little bit more singing. I think he had a Party Next Door feature. You got J. Cole on there. That was shocking to see. But even listening to that J. Cole song, the beat doesn't capture me. And I was like, oh, I know what you did. Like you put J. Cole on this beat because he can't torch you like he wants to on a different style beat if you chose that. Like you're choosing a beat that's going to be difficult for any of us to get a tough ass point across. So that's just my thought process. I got to listen to it again. Obviously, it's Friday. I'm going to play it tomorrow, Saturday, and again on Sunday. So you're getting this pod, from me today, first listen 5 hours ago. So that's just how I feel right now.
Okay, I'm not the first listen type of dude, but I guess we do a show, so I got to get over that. I mean, to me, kind of sounds like, let me not word it that way. It sounds like an attempted version of every Drake album. So when you say this one isn't for me, it's like, well, how are the other ones for you then? Because it sounds like he's doing the same shit he always does. Let me do a little R&B. Let me do a little bit of rapping. That
sounded better.
Some hot features. Yeah, I mean, there's something to that. Maybe the other one's just executed better, but I wasn't surprised at anything I heard. It was pretty predictable. I wasn't a fan of like 90 minutes because I was like, damn, gotta do my whole lunch walk for this.
Some of the songs are about 4 or 5 minutes long.
I didn't. Yeah, well, it's not for me to really go that deep into a review, but people saying this is the top 3 or the worst 3 off of, it's been out for 12 hours. That's not really fair. But yeah, it was going to be whatever it was to me before I already knew like, hey, this ain't for me. I'm going to just try to speak on whatever little bit I can. Sounds like same formula. And, yeah, I'm here for shit talking Drake. I like the rappers when they shit talk. It's like all facts. Like when you're at that level, we're like, oh, he's not lying.
Right. He's
not lying, and so it sounds better to me when he do it. Normally for Drake, he'll do like the intro and outro is usually shit for me. Didn't really do that this time. He had his little timestamp track.
Jonathan said it best. Virginia Beach did not sound like.
No, I saw the track list. I said, "Ooh, damn on the intro, But no, he don't want those problems again.
Nah.
But he did kind of, there's little pot shots here and there throughout the album. So that's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. He, you know, I think someone said like he's going to take some time off now or whatever. So it's like, yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and live some life.
He's on tour while all this
he drops every, yeah, that's tough to do. A lot of people try to record and make an album on tour. So because usually they drop an album and then they tour for so long that they need to record so they can get ready to do the drop schedule that he has. But that's funny that he threw the shot at Kendrick for taking so much time off to get his mental right, and now he's saying, "Oh yeah, I'm about to do that."
But it's trolling. I mean, there's always
but it's different though, because he trolls like a woman.
It cut deep.
He does a lot of woman shit where it's like, all right, and something like I think Mark brought up where I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like the women love Drake, but then like he'll talk about the dude. They're like, that's why they love him, but he's that dude. Like he has a lot of these fuckboy tendencies where it's like, oh,
I feel like you just described a few relationships.
You don't like it unless it's him doing it. So it's like,
and those are usually the fine ass girls.
No, yeah,
the ones that you talk about, those are high quality women right there that take on the fuck.
Like when
shit.
he'll try to combat people like me and say like, oh, I don't make music for you. I make music for the dudes that are getting pussy, and it's like I ain't never really had an issue,
right?
So that little stinger doesn't really hit me the same way.
Yeah. but it was directed for people like you. Yeah.
For people that talk about him, but it's like I don't hate Drake.
I've never had to look at it from that perspective when he said that line. I only know two Drake haters. That's you and Mark.
I don't hate Drake. When he comes out, when he does his little outros or whatever, like this is the Drake I'm trying to hear. Unfortunately, he's too big of a brand that he has to make music for everybody. So you're not going to get some glamour.
What Drake album do you like?
Nothing Was the Same. That's the best one to me.
No. Okay, so you like more than half. You didn't let me finish. What Drake album do you like that more than half the songs resonate to you?
I'd have to come back to that on that one. Resonate with me, or that I can deal with.
Nothing Was the Same. Is that like? Because you say that like I think there's like 16 tracks. So like, do you like 9 of them?
I think it's just more. But I also judge albums more than just on like sometimes people will come out with albums and the single I might not like, but when I hear the single placed correctly in the album, it flows better, and I'm like, oh, that's how I felt about when Kendrick came out with To Pimp a Butterfly. Like he dropped a single, I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? Like I fucking hated it. And then when I came to it on the album, I was like, oh, it makes sense right here. I get it. So I think that's what a lot of Nothing Was the Same was like his formula was executed the best, and it was properly done where I was like, oh, I'm not saying it's the greatest album in the world, but within his discography, I like this one the most. Usually on every album he's done, I can rock with a couple joints, but yeah, it doesn't mean that he's dropped. But I also say he doesn't have a certified classic. People are going to yell at me about that too.
Hit up my man D real quick. FaceTime audio on while I'm talking.
I don't know. It's Friday, man. I don't know.
You got it in there. It's probably the one number that you don't remember in there. The reason why I want to say that, he's a big Drake fan. And I don't want to butcher this, but he and I got into an argument 2 days ago. And I told him that Views was probably Drake's last decent project, and he didn't like the fact that I said it was decent. I probably said the word mid to be funny, but like I was like, it is a little midish though, right? It's got like Views has some great tracks on there, but between there and around More Life is when you started getting more of the Calypso, Caribbean, Jamaican type sounds. You know what I mean? So was for me, I feel like that's when the experimentation with the music first started like really happening. And I don't know. I wanted to land. We had Dark Lane demo tapes. He may or may not answer.
He ain't gonna answer.
Nah, he might.
It's Friday. He been working all week.
He might be at work.
2 kids. 6 o'clock.
Or sleep. Go ahead. If he calls back,
he gonna be mad too. Oh, I didn't get a chance to be on the show.
Nah, he won't worry about that too much no more. You know, a lot of our friends get desensitized. But I don't know. Like, in wrapping up this Drake conversation, man, I think also what has to do with this is the anticipation he built. Right? Like the release date was supposed to happen, I think, on 3 different occurrences, right? 2 date shifts and then a time shift. So when I woke up this morning, I wasn't in the best of moods to like take in a Drake album because we had built all this anticipation and this was the quality that you gave me. I don't know. Sometimes the sound of an album will just let me know off the rip, like you might be spitting the realest shit in the world, but if the beat don't go, it just the message just doesn't hit with me.
You one of them,
yeah.
And you're probably the majority of people.
Like there's plenty of songs and even in the reverse, there's plenty of songs that I've heard that have had really great beats but really poor lyricism to, and I won't go back to them because of that. Like both things have to be equal to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean that makes it the best, and I've also grown to need the beat a little bit more than I used to. Like back in like 20 years ago, I can ride around my car bumping acapellas if that shit was hard enough. Poorly mixed acapella freestyle.
Oh, listen to this on acapella is kind of crazy.
No. Yeah, I'm not doing none of that.
Hey, and it could be now all sensitivity. It could be misconstrued with another area of the world.
That's fine.
Just
I'm
make sure you
speaking
say
for
that.
me. Him pump faking on release dates don't affect how I hear your music any. So that part doesn't really mean anything to me. I just yeah.
You've asked the last two the last 2 dates that were posted or
well because on bigger release dates, I do like to hear, even though I don't really care to hear it. I want to hear it so I can participate in conversation.
Got it.
So it's not that I needed to, or I was like,
That's fair.
Are we doing this as a family? It's just like, I gotta, especially, let me just, that's all it was.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have just waited for it to come up in my regular rotation.
Got it. All right, let me see where we at time-wise. Do I want to bring, let's bring the funk into play. Yeah. I just got to start writing these time stamps down. I got 2 days to get it right. I don't know what happened with that. So you got random shit to fill in time. You got in here, you ever hit a girl? That's kind of wild to ask me to incriminate myself. You didn't know today was going to be Friday. You wrote this on the Lord's Day for intention to be on the Lord's Day. Go ahead.
No, but I don't mean like, obviously, don't incriminate yourself if you do that shit as a grown man, but like, it could have been any time.
You know what I thought about? Why did we tell them? My bad. Why did we tell them about the hand claps when I could just grab them from the other files?
I don't know.
I don't know, but anyway, keep going. Anyway,
so I was thinking about this because like I don't hit women, and
I don't.
No, some dudes hit women.
All right.
Well, I will ease into what I'm talking about.
All right, I don't either. The
reason I don't hit women though is very specific time in my life. So I had to be like 6 maybe, and we was outside playing. And, it was boys and girls. I don't remember the context of why I hit her. And maybe it was wrestling. I don't remember it being fake. I don't remember it being malicious, whatever it was. But I hit a girl. My mom sees it. She drags me in the house. She proceeds to give me probably my most memorable beatdown that I've ever gotten. It's one of those like beating
past the statute of limitations.
I mean, that was 28 years ago.
Would you testify? Go ahead.
Like she's beating me, and she's doing that like she's talking on like the snare clap. Don't you ever? Every time you think about hitting a girl, think about this. She grabbed me by my throat and put me on the wall. Like she's doing a whole bunch of shit.
I kind of want to cry right now.
To where I'm now I'm sitting here thinking, now as I got older, I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened to you where you do this shit to me as a child? I started bringing my own therapy tricks too. Like maybe been 6, I'm not thinking about like, she just really hates that shit. But then moving forward,
you said 50 Cent concert though.
Right, let me get there, man. And so
hard correlation between your childhood and 50 Cent.
I'm saying that's why I don't hit women, right?
Right.
I've moved through my whole life like that. But I started to notice. I don't know how.
You want to dish a few out?
What I'm saying
started
is,
to notice is crazy.
Now, I'll restrain it. Like if I'm not gonna catch just a full on beat down. Like I'll grab you and like to stop you. I'm not gonna hit you back. Mm-hmm. I can eat a couple punches, but I'm not just gonna sit there and just curl up.
So
and
you gonna square up?
I'm not gonna square up. What I'm saying is I'll hold like. Please watch this on YouTube so you see my hands. But I've noticed.
Please watch this.
Similar to how I lived the rest of my life. Like I don't really worry about me too often, but when it comes to my people, I kind of let some shit go out the window. And I almost did that. Now, because we had a whole month of guests and we didn't really get off, like, what did we do on our own lives and catching up?
I swear I asked you everybody in the beginning, but it's cool.
Not when we were doing, but when we have guests and shit, now we ain't really doing that. Anyway, 50 Cent was here last month. Or shit. Over a month, like at least five weeks ago, right?
Was that 5 weeks already?
Yeah, it was August 31st.
Time flies.
So he was here, right? I was hype all day. 20-year anniversary. I haven't seen him in that same venue in 18 years. So I was hype. Listening to Get Rich all day. Just getting pumped up. So we go to the concert. We got the VIP box. Shout out to Sound Beatrice again. And so I'm dead square in the middle. Little lounge area, whatever. And during the concert, we got that point where we get a lot of foot traffic because people are below us and they're doing all their movement when they go to the bathroom or whatnot. A lot of people have been drinking all day or, since they got there or whatever. So we see a lot of drunk people. And so there was these two girls, right? These two girls, they're obviously drunk. And Jonathan, being the great Samaritan in person he is, he wanted to insert himself into somebody's issue and help them out. So this girl had dropped her phone. He starts like, hey, and he's like pointing at it. He's like, I think your friend picked up your phone and walked off with it, right? So the girl he's trying to talk to has no issue. She's like, okay, thank you, right? Her friend walks up to him. Now he's leaning down because we're like a notch above them. He's leaning down talking to him, and she has this look in her eye, that drunk look.
Like he's trying to holler at her from above?
He's just letting her know, like, hey, she has your phone. I know.
No, but did the friend assume that he was trying to holler at her?
No, this is the look I associate with, like, I'm trying to fight somebody.
And you're black and you're up there.
Tiny white girls, right? So he's like, the girl he tried to help, she's like, cool, I appreciate you, thank you. She walks off. The other girl's looking at him, and she reaches her hand up, and he like shakes it, like, is that what you want? And then she grabs his arm, but she's looking at him.
Sounds like drunk white girl.
So I'm looking at, so I'm right next to him, so I'm peeping, right?
For y'all out there that's never been grabbed by a drunk white woman, crazy times, bro.
Right. Yeah. So he's not given any reason for any type of
stop. They should have freeze frame scenarios of what black men should do when this happens. Like, is it A?
Right, because not even she grabbed his hand, she grabbed his wrist.
Yeah.
Like he was fucking Ray Charles and shit. And I saw a look in her eyes, so I'm like, all right. So I grabbed her wrist because I was trying to peep how much grip strength is she using on him, right?
God, the differences.
And basically, when I grabbed her hand, I felt how much grip strength she would use, and I was like, this is unnecessary. So
were they young chicks?
Young, I don't know. You never tell a white woman.
You can't tell between a 22-year-old white woman and a 35-year-old white woman?
Yes, you can. So they could have been 18, but they looked my age. I don't know. Like
that's a wild spectrum. Just keep going.
Anyway, they were younger than us, but they looked our age. If that's what it means, because white people age terrible. So she's grabbing him. I'm grabbing her. And then once I felt the grip strength, I was like, okay, I'm not letting go because this seems like it's going to go somewhere we don't need it to go. Mm-hmm. And she's just looking at him. And so he's like, yo, can I help you? Like, he's trying to figure out, like, yo, what's good with you? I'm just trying to help your friend.
Gave her the death stare, huh?
I'm just trying to help your friend. And then she's like, all right. And then so she reaches up. She pops his chain. And I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
Like, I'm like, yo, my man got his chain popped by this white girl, right? But at the same time, I'm like, all right, when it comes to my people and him specifically too, I'm ready to let that shit fly.
You really from O2. Go ahead.
I'm like, yo, should I punch her in the face right now? Because I just let all that shit go just because it's him specifically? Anyway, so he's like, oh, so we get the chain. Like, it's not a big deal, but it's just like, all right, we can fix that. He got it. So now he's irritated. But he's also, like, very self-aware. Like, hey, white woman, black man, this whole thing. Like,
it's a real thing.
I can't do nothing, right? But I'm, like, pumped up. Like, I can hop over this motherfucking rail. And so
you got kids, too.
So her friend is like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, chill out. And she's like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like calmed down a little bit. She walks up to him, raises her hand again. He slaps that shit out the way. Bitch, get out of my face.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. And at this point,
where are y'all at while all this is happening?
We are in our VIP section.
Oh, I thought you were leaving.
No. We're in the set. No, and I was like, yo, we got to wrap this up because I know, but based on this set, like Mini Men is close.
Oh, so he's 50's rapping at
50's on stage.
Like,
no. We're not. I'm not.
Did you say that earlier, or you just went straight to your story?
I did. I went straight into it.
Okay, because I was missing. I was like, yo, in my mind, I'm like, yo, y'all leaving or something like that. But now you're saying
no,
that
they've been drinking this whole time.
So you're gonna see her for another 20 minutes.
50's in the middle of this set. She shouldn't have been there. She's doing the walkway. She's not. We don't have to see her.
Oh, that's even worse.
Here's the thing. I can hear while we're wrapping it up.
The pores.
I'm hearing the drums. I said, oh, and the club's about to come on. You ain't about to fuck up this whole experience. They walk off. We're cool. He's like, yeah, I'm cool. All right, so we get back into concert mode. And then I guess she's over there talking to some security guard. And then she's doing this white woman in distress thing.
Ah, that wins.
But then like some other people intercepted and like, nah, this bitch is tripping. They didn't do nothing. And then we didn't have to deal with it no more. But I just remember like in the whole moment of thing, it's like, damn, I almost like that whole PTSD of my mom that I've lived with my whole life was almost just let go at the drop of a hat. Like, bitch, what you think this is? I wasn't gonna hit her, but I got real like loosey goosey with it. Like I could.
Here's the thing. I don't do it not because I don't have any siblings or nothing like that, and to my knowledge, I don't remember that far back, and I ain't got no ass whoopings for hitting girls as a young man. But I just don't do it because I know I'm a win.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing, right?
The thing. I don't win, but wait. I'm gonna win, but I don't win.
Right. Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of
if I mop you.
It don't mean nothing.
Well, yeah, like it was supposed to happen.
Right, and you a piece of shit.
Yeah. And now I got to face way more backlash in this 20 seconds than ever.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of dudes that think like us in that regard. The problem, and I want women to understand this, that's not everybody. So a lot of women, I think, pop a lot of shit because they think every dude thinks like that.
I've been hit by women plenty of times.
But what I'm saying
is... Have you been hit by women?
A lot.
And that's the part that doesn't get talked about. There's a lot of men that hold that shit in.
My point is a lot of women feel comfortable doing that because they know they're like, oh, like deep down, he's not going to do that.
But dog, I don't even do that to my own homies, though. Do I ever pop you?
What I'm saying is there's a lot of dudes that don't give a fuck. They will hit a woman like it's nothing.
Right, because, well, yeah.
Maybe I won't hit you first, but you start popping off on me. Like, I'm going to make sure you understand who's the dominant person in this situation.
Usually, it's men that don't have a lot of things going on for themselves.
I don't know.
Usually, bro, if I lose my YMCA job as a helper, I'll go find something else to do. I'm not saying that like to be rude or not. Like that's just the truth, right? Like if Dana White would be an example, but again, like I
don't think that's all the case. Maybe there's not a lot of mid people in that tier, but people that don't got a lot to lose, or people who got a lot of money, they think a little different.
I would want to know the facts on it.
All I'm saying is women be careful because not every dude's going to think like that.
Should men be careful too?
I'm not talking about...
I am. Because you just told me... Because look, from a race standpoint too, the biggest thing that you miss in this whole story is that she can switch the whole scenery up. Right? We just saw that with... and I know you hate baseball, but we just saw that with my mans that got Trevor Bauer. Right? And because he's a white dude, I feel like bro's able to get away with that, right? He can get away with like standing tall for 2 years saying, hey, I ain't hit that woman. He could have took the plea. Like, nah, she tripping. He has the money and the resources to countersue, get that info. And then he did a whole 5-minute video. He's like, yo, part of my little deal, he's like, I knew she ain't had the money to pay me back. He's like, part of my deal was I get to speak my truth. You're not going to put no gag order on this. Think about how many people don't get that opportunity. Like, what if somebody like didn't see what happened between John and old girl, and she went and says something, and that dude just assumes, and they throw him out of there for no reason. He has a scene.
It's a possibility.
And that's where it's like, yo, I support men too. I'm not saying that like all women are abusive, and I don't want to take away from other victims and shit like that. I'm just saying that there are some fucked up people that are in this world.
That there is.
Because just because a woman hits a man. Or if a woman hits a man and a man pops her back, both people are wrong, in my opinion.
The funny part is I couldn't even get to the point because, like, that's how that lesson was taught to me. when my little brother got taught that lesson, it was just like a stern talking to, but it also came with like a different side. You don't ever lay your hands on a woman. You are a man, blah, blah, blah.
He was hating.
But if she starts beating your ass, you have all the permission in the world to fight back. And I was like, but that's how our whole life went. She always had to test drive her theory on me, and then she like perfected it a little bit more with him.
What's the separation?
3 years.
Oh yeah, she had enough time to. Yeah. You were a lot of first.
Yeah, I mean, as a parent myself, I understand how that goes sometimes, but
yeah. All right, yeah.
Unfortunately, PTSD is involved now.
I'm trying to think back, bro. Like, there's been times where, like, let's go ahead and say it. There's been times where I've gone through like sig others like phones and still didn't hit them. Just toss this shit on the bed and be like, hey, I'm out. I catch you a little bit, Or the last time that I remember this actually being a legitimate thing where I was feeling close, just feeling close. We went to it was a New Year's celebration and we was in Vegas. All right, like I said, it's a Friday pod. I ain't got a show to watch or nothing either. So we were visiting out there in Vegas and it was New Year's Eve and I was just excited to be there, dog. So at 1 p.m., I cranked open the bottle and I just started hammering it, right? And I think by the time 11 o'clock hit, I took a nap. I woke up. I was still lit. Took another shot and I was just gone. And we went to the club. I remember getting dressed and walking into the club, but at some point I had enough and I don't know how I made it back to the room. So when we were in the room, it was 4 guys, 4 girls staying there. I didn't know the girls, like someone else knew the girls, so they came and just hung out with us for a little bit.
Oh, we can have a lot of those. We can have a story time about that. Yeah, too many people in a room.
But but I'm paying, right? But I being nice or just being completely wasted, I fall out on the floor. One of the girls left their clothes like on the floor or whatever. So all I remember is that SpongeBob meme. When they wake you up, it's like I probably came home at 12. They get in at 3 a.m. Oh, what the fuck? You a weak ass. You a weak ass. You gonna throw up on my clothes? I threw up on the clothes. All right. My bad. You know what I mean? It was a party foul. You a weak ass. You a weak ass. She's saying the word that that I'm not gonna put up on here.
That's fair.
Pushing me. All right, you got it. You got it. Right? Kept pushing me. I said, okay. That fourth one. You know what? You know what I did though? I took the high road. I wasn't staying in the room with them anymore. I don't even mess with them. Right? I don't even know them. I went and slept in the car. Now here's the messed up part. If y'all never been to Vegas in the wintertime. Woo! It's 29 degrees in that garage, baby, in the casino. I had to turn on the heater every 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes, I had to turn the heater off. But
it's a rough night.
Yeah, absolutely. We went home the next day. I felt better about the whole situation. D was there. That's funny. I think about it. Let's have fun. You didn't answer this earlier, so I'm gonna ask you now.
Oh shit!
When's an appropriate time to snitch on your friend? Now, what my I'll go ahead and spark it because I had a little bit more time to think than you did. What I deduced it to was if you and I work together, right? Let's say I got you the job or whatever, and you just slacking off and doing all this other shit. But like, they associate me with you, and I know that you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, and they call you in the back room. Hey, man, I got a whole family to feed. I'll be a reference for you if you need me. Right? The other thing that I said is that if you are out doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, and I've realized what I've deduced it to, but if you're out doing something you're not supposed to be doing, and you tell your girl or wife or whatever that you was with me, and she called my wife, I gotta tell on you, big dog.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's like, look, man,
a tough one.
Like, we gotta be able to see eye to eye on something. But now, if I wasn't with you physically, you telling on me about some shit that like didn't have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. If you gonna use me as that character in your story, and you don't warn me, that's kind of fucked up. Yeah. Now it's like, hey, man, you didn't give me a chance to like go outside and go to the park by myself and wait. So I got an alibi, a window of time.
Right. No, I feel you on that.
But
has that ever happened to you?
Nah.
That's good.
Well, yeah, because if people gonna use me in a story, they let me know.
True.
At least my people.
And if
I've been the character plenty of times.
God forbid somebody's like if they did that and somebody's girl knows you and was like, yeah, he went out on no Friday, Onyx.
Not even just girls, but like parents, and just, oh yeah, I'm over there, or yeah, I'm spending the night over there, I'm chilling, like, you know.
Yeah, because I feel like also like snitching should be on the same level as, yo, don't invite me to something that like I didn't want to be a part of. You know, like if it messes up my livelihood, you know, or like I don't live that life, so I ain't got no problem with telling. Yo, I used to have homies that would be like, yo, Carl, you like to dry snitch. Dry snitch about what, bro? Like what? Yo, did you go to jail? Yo, did you lose a relationship off of this or whatever? No, right? So how am I dry snitching about something? Snitching involves getting in trouble with something.
Yeah, I'm usually on the other side of living life, so.
Explain that. Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying, you saying I don't live that life. I do. So
yeah.
So, but I also understand it comes with some consequences sometimes.
Right.
And so, yeah, I be getting in trouble.
What is snitching to you?
But I also make sure that it's like, all right, I try to take, if I'm going to get in trouble, let me just take it all. Throw all the life sentences on me, and so I can clear out the people I need to clear. That's the type of friend I am.
I want to talk.
All them. It was just me. They was just waiting for me in the car.
No. What's up with you?
It's Friday, man.
Yeah, hey, but the way I look at it is like this, right?
No,
I want to talk to those guys. The guy you just described, I need to talk to him 5 years down the line after taking the life sentence. Because sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Yo, the worst thing is like taking the sacrifice for somebody and they fucking squandering it.
I mean, yeah, the time okay, I'll speak on that too. So the times I've taken it and those particulars, it hasn't really affected me too much. Now, the time I should have snitched and it came back to bite me, it involves a different story I think I've told, but I'm not going to tell the whole story for time's sake. But when it comes in between two people who I rock with, where it's like, now my loyalty is going to be put into question. And I know you wrong, but I'm also loyal to you. So here's the situation. You're doing some fuck shit that this person should know. Both of y'all are my mans. Because I'm loyal to you, I want to give you the opportunity to tell them before I do. Because my natural inclination right now is to snitch on you. But because I don't like that, I want to give you the opportunity, because you were irresponsible enough to bring this information to me, knowing I wasn't going to like it. And now you put me in a rough spot. So I need you to go handle that. Unfortunately, life started happening, a lot of life shit. I assumed he wouldn't took care of it, but then I knew deep down, like, obviously it wasn't a thing.
You talking about my man upstate?
Upstate? No.
Okay.
A lot of things, I would have heard about it if it was nipped in the bud, but it wasn't. And so once I found out the information that got to him, it was too late. Because now I'm getting hit by other parties. Hey, you knew about this? Oh. I already knew exactly what was being. I was like, damn, that shit was a few months ago too.
Never double back.
Should have snitched on him, right? That was an appropriate time for me to snitch. I wouldn't have looked like a bad person. And in the end, everything worked out. But yeah, if it's gonna put my loyalty in question for people that it should never be in question to, then yeah, I don't want to snitch on you, and I'm gonna give you the opportunity to fix it. But if you don't go fix it, you gotta understand my position. I gotta go snitch on you real quick.
Snitching to me is, and you're. I feel like you're hitting.
Snitch is also a very loosely used word.
Absolutely,
and it's not very.
I'm about to define the shit out of it right now. A snitch to me is that if me and Lex decided that we was gonna do a crime or do something that we were not supposed to be doing, we both get caught.
Yeah.
And I act like I didn't benefit from said thing that we were doing. That's snitching. Snitching isn't, yo, I got some information from somebody or whatever. And then snitching isn't that I got some information from somebody or whatever, and then about you, and I'm informing. Well, I guess that's part of snitching too. If I'm informing on somebody with something that I don't have anything to do with, that's absolutely snitching too, right?
There's no consequences to you. Now, if you getting jammed up and you had nothing to do with it, and you was a civilian in the whole thing, then sure, like, hey, I'm not going to jail for y'all. I ain't had nothing to do with this. You know, because that's who you're a civilian. That's who you are. So yeah, that's not really snitching.
But you're saying a bystander is not snitching?
I'm saying if you know the robbery's going down, right? And you're like, I don't want no parts of this. I'm over here. I didn't even roll with y'all. But then like
That's telling.
the police come up to you, you're not in trouble because
And
you
that's
weren't
hate.
there. You didn't get caught, but you're like, yup, it was them. Yeah, that's fucking crazy because you had no consequences. Now, if you in the car and the people are going to do a robbery, don't tell you nothing about it, but they also know you, like, hey, you know what? He gonna tell if we get caught. That's their fault. Because it's like, hey, I'm not going to jail for y'all. Y'all decided to do some stupid shit while I was with y'all and didn't tell me. Otherwise, I would have got out.
That's what it is. This is what snitching is. I'm going to look right here in this camera. Snitching is informing on something that does not have anything to do with you and also trying to separate yourself from something that you were a part of. How's that sound as a definition?
No, because snitching is it had something to do with you and you just trying to save yourself.
That's one part of it, but also informing on some shit that don't got nothing to do with you.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you said it has nothing to do with you, and that it can very well have a lot to do with you.
Okay, that too. All right, we can add that in there. But that's what I would call that as.
No. If you about that life and we doing this together, and then you just try to throw it all on me without a conversation, yeah, stop.
And both scenarios that I gave you in the beginning, where I said I would end up telling on somebody, is because you put me in harm's way.
Yeah,
right. Like
but
if
what
I
I'm saying,
my,
if you are involved in it, like, hey, we splitting this shit 3 ways.
Oh yeah. I'm not doing that.
Unless we talk about it before, like, yo, you got the cleanest record, you can take the most time. Can we do that?
You gotta take care of me on the back.
But if it's just like, yo, now was it them, but I can give you all these other people about to benefit from the shit too.
Hey, let's talk about that.
Lower my sentence as much as possible.
You brought up something great.
I'll give you a couple cats in DC, but not Harlem.
If you went to jail for me, do you expect something on the back end?
I expect you to look after my family.
And take care of you when you get home?
Maybe, depending on what it is.
Whatever.
Did you really? If you really came up, yeah, you better throw something to the side for me. I'll be Emery Jones.
Oh, but you have to, but you gotta take care of somebody. Jay did eventually. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I'm saying, but it's like, if we got caught and we didn't get said, like, we didn't get the bank all the way through, and it's like that. So it's not like you can really take care, but you need to look after my family. But if you came up and I just got caught and I took the whole rap, yeah, man, throw my portion to the side.
What if I just disappeared for 10 years too? But I took care of your family, but I slid them some money or whatever.
If you gotta lay low, you gotta lay low.
I didn't have to if I didn't get caught, right? In this scenario, if I didn't get caught, I'll just lay low. This would not happen. This is a fake scenario.
I'm not saying take care of my family like you need to move in.
I feel like motherfuckers gotta
like
visit me still. Like, come see me. I'm up in Attica. Come see me, dog.
No. Because if you holding my portion, I don't need to be associated with you because then they're going to start looking at you and then they might take the money before I get out and then I don't get shit.
Send me something.
Put some money on the books,
Yeah,
I guess.
send it to my wife. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, take care of my family that way.
And me too. I'm family. Like,
yeah.
Like, throw something on my JPEG.
You ain't got to come see me. Take some screenshots of whatever OnlyFans you associated with and send them my way. That's about it.
Have you ever asked your wife, like, if you did go down, like, would she wait for you?
I'm pretty sure we had this conversation like early on.
Us?
No, me and her.
Oh,
I don't remember the conversation.
I asked my wife. She said yes after marriage.
There's a time frame, right?
Yeah, after marriage. Pre-marriage, she's like, nah, I'm out. I said, damn, that's crazy.
Fair?
No, that's not fair.
Wait, pre-marriage after kid?
That's a good question.
I think the kid matters probably more.
Yeah, but I feel like if you was
nah, it's the marriage.
You know what I'm gonna say? If I feel like if you was gonna let me shoot it up. Like this was a choice. Like our daughter was a choice prior to.
Because I think it might have went the same conversation. Like, yo, if I died a little early, like, I want you to be happy.
That's different.
No, it's not for me. You about to be single. Hey, Ma, you better make sure I don't die early.
Wait. You're saying jail and dying is the same thing for you?
For me, yeah.
He definitely would hit it. Nah, I'm playing. That's funny, bro. That's not the same, man. They can't equate.
That's fine.
Okay, so let's say even you, because you guys were in a long-term relationship prior to that, right? Pre-marriage, pre-kids.
She go to jail?
You.
Me, I go to jail.
Yeah.
Oh, is she gonna hold me down?
Yeah.
50-50. I don't remember the conversation.
Right. But you were telling me like, oh, well, I guess you were saying my situation because the time length wasn't as long as you all's. Like a 5-year boyfriend and girlfriend relationship.
Yeah,
yes,
but I'm also saying the kid matters too. Sorta,
absolutely.
Sorta. I guess on the woman's side.
Yes.
This is also a double standard for me. I think double standards work in certain situations. I'm cool with gender roles if they work out for a said couple.
Yeah.
I'm okay with double standards and hey, go get your free drinks. I'm cool. I got to double pay. It is what it is. That's a double standard I'm willing to live with. That's why I don't buy shit out, right? When it comes to jail, you go to jail or I go to jail, you better hold me the fuck down.
Would you do a papoose?
No.
You wouldn't do a papoose.
I would, but I'm still doing me. I would in general. Like, hey, I'm not taking these hoes
Would
seriously.
you be okay? Would you be okay if she like?
No. This is what.
Oh, this is your double
This is
standard.
my double standard.
Okay.
Hold me down. Keep that shit tight. Whatever all the sayings, whatever it is. You know? But when you go in public, I'm papoose. I'm riding for you. I'm seeing you as much as you need to be seen. I'm holding it down. Raising these young kings up to remember mommy's still a queen. But guess what?
Daddy's getting his.
When the kids go to sleep.
Dad's getting his.
I mean, I'm just... Man got his needs, right?
I guess.
Women got their needs too, but they usually better at controlling it for whatever
What
reason.
kind of sick ass shit is that?
That's how I'm feeling on a Friday night.
I feel you. Okay, you
That's
talking
just a
extra
double
spicy.
standard I got, man.
This is not you potting. This is for real.
I'm dead fucking serious. Now, okay, I'm 90% serious. Now, there's a 10% might kick in.
So if you did a 10-year bid, she's got to go 10 years without having any sexual relations with somebody.
What I'm gonna say is that's what I'm gonna ask for. I'm not gonna be naive to know. Just don't throw that shit in my face.
Let's say you find out about it, while you're incarcerated or whatever,
or
but you still got 4 years left on your sentence.
You ever? Don't let me find out.
No, but
I
you
don't
found out
know.
with 4 years after your
That's
sentence.
fucked up. Then,
oh, man.
Then you better go the rest of these 4 years. You remember the movie? You ever seen the movie Castaway?
Yes.
You remember when he got home?
Not to the detail.
I thought you was dead. How dare you fucking move on? I still love you. I thought you was dead. You've been gone 5 years.
Bro, was it 5?
I think it was 5.
The way he came out, it looked like 20. Yo. He did walk up there.
Shit, if you don't find the body, you better hold on.
Matter of fact, he walked to his house with another man in there.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way he knew where she was he went back to their house. Oh, that's nasty.
Name was still on the mortgage and everything.
Oh, that's nasty.
Shit.
Now, they probably marked him as deceased.
No, I know they marked him. But if you don't find the body, that shit don't count. Don't waste no money on no tombstone or nothing.
No, okay.
Just be like, he's probably dead. Till you find a body?
Got you.
Sorry.
I'm not going
Now, is she
out.
going to listen to that?
I'm not going out like that. I'm not going out. All
And
right.
obviously, if I'm dead, I'm not going to care. I'm not going to be none the wiser.
True.
But I'm going to try to haunt you if that's the thing.
Hit my hand claps. You didn't have to really hit it. I would just did it and it's cool. Read them and weep. I was about to just read them and weep. Now, my wife, I didn't want to do this one, but my wife was in the vicinity of me when I found this, and I thought, what we do as men, that would get us some credit. I asked her about said scenario, right? And she said, and I gave her just the bare minimum. And she said, no, I'd be mad. I said, oh.
You be mad about this read 'em and weep?
Yeah. So look no further. I just wanted to introduce it first. Am I in the wrong? Yes, yesterday was my girlfriend's birthday. We were both 30. Fuck that. Yesterday was my girlfriend's birthday. We were both 30. The night before her birthday, I treated her to a dinner. At this dinner, I also arranged for her to get a candle and be sung by the staff. Then we went home where I gave her a birthday gift, which was a monogram item she really wanted, plus a related gift certificate to a cooking class for 2. Me invited. We spent the night together. In the morning before she left to work, I gave her a big kiss and I said, happy birthday. Throughout the day, we texted about our schedule and stuff going on. We planned to meet up later for drinks with her friends. At the drinks, she complained to her friends how I screwed up that I didn't send her a happy birthday text and kept on going about it. From my perspective, we went to dinner the night before, just the 2 of us. I got her a gift and a handwritten birthday card. And then we planned to also hang out at the night and the next day. A birthday text just seemed totally unnecessary in my mind, as I'm spending tons of time with her and celebrating her birthday in person with her the night before and the night of. Am I wrong for not sending a birthday text? Or is she being immature? Now, this is one of those things where like we don't line up on. I'm going to let you get your shit off first though, because I've been doing a lot of reading.
Here's where I'm at. I think this is just going to be a fundamental difference between our species, to where as a man, I'm like, hey, I totally understand you, big dog. But as someone who doesn't understand the woman, I'm like, hey, that's going to come with the territory. So is she wrong? Maybe, maybe not. To me, yeah, unnecessary might be the perfect word. Is she wrong? Can't say that she is.
Why? You said why, but I want you to list it out.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend to understand women, man. I'm going to stay out their business. That's just something they need. Cover me at all angles.
Would you defend yourself in that situation?
Hell yeah. I mean, I ain't got nothing else. I feel like I'd have a pretty good argument.
Yeah,
but I'm probably going to lose. Because at the end of the day, it's your birthday. You're going to find a reason for me to have fucked it up.
You know, me and my wife, we have these contentions sometimes too, right? And that I gave you all the example of the anniversary thing, right? Like, it's an expectation, right? I had a built-in expectation too. Look, I'm not planning no more of these trips because I feel when I plan the trips, we do the shit that I want to do. I be asking for input. And that bothers me to my core. Not about her, but about me. Like, I need input. Like, give me something to get my brain going. Like, that's just how I operate. But in this instance, it also goes along with the lines of people wanting happy birthday shout outs on Instagram. At 33 years old, soon to be 34, you are no longer getting an Instagram post from me. None of my friends, really.
Yeah,
maybe my wife and maybe my best friend. That's it. Anyone else, I don't give a fuck. I can't lie to you about that no more.
If a picture falls in my lap, I'm like, I could throw this off real quick. That's about it. It don't matter who you are.
That's still a lot of effort. Look, bro, I'm going to just text you, happy birthday.
Right. But yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, if that's something that women really like, then you got to let them have it. So part of that, yes, it does go into the whole. Now, text seems a little different. Like, damn, you think the IG thing would trump a text? Because a text is to you. It's not like you're getting a public shout out like an Instagram or something like that. But the fact that I saw you in the morning and kissed you and said it to your face.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy. Now,
but
if this would have been a whole, I'm mad that, yeah, you did all that, but you didn't shout me out on Instagram.
I fucked up because my wife is probably sitting here listening right now like he got me fucked up. So let's just say he didn't say happy birthday to her in the morning. Do you feel like everything he had did thus far warranted him still saying happy birthday that day, the day of?
I think she'd have a little bit more of a reason to be upset.
Would you be upset?
If I was the girl?
If someone took you out, like, or not even someone, if your wife, no, if you were a man, if your wife took you out the night before.
As a man.
And she did, and gave you, in the past, she gave you that dope ass bite, right? And like some other cool shit. And then your actual birthday came and she didn't say a word. But she said happy birthday when she gave you all the gifts.
Right. But as someone who shuns away his birthday period, I wouldn't even need any of the other stuff before it.
I wouldn't need it either, though, even as someone who doesn't shun away their birthday.
Yeah. Now, because she cares about birthdays so much, if that were a thing, even though in my mind it's like, I don't make my birthday a big day. But if it went quiet the whole day, I'd be like, oof. Now I'm starting to worry about what I did. Just for doghouse purposes, but other than that, no, I don't need any shout
Especially if I'm gonna see you the same day of, like when you come home, I'm gonna see you. You know,
I don't need. I mean, yeah. As far as what I want on my birthday, people showing love is probably the most I need. But in the end, I don't really need it. It's not like, hey, I need to retweet a bunch of people or repost a bunch of people shouting me out. I don't need that. Now, if you call me or text me, cool, it's all love. But even if you don't do that, I'm not gonna be like. I'm not sitting here writing down like who fucked with me and who didn't. Like I don't do that. I don't keep score like that.
You shouldn't.
I don't care about birthdays though, and that doesn't have to have anything to do with being 34. I never really cared about birthdays.
Well, you got a birthday that's like in a holiday season too. It's cold right now. Every time like it feels like this, I feel like because every time the weather gets like this, I feel like my birthday's coming. It's around the time I don't feel like doing shit. Like right now, I just want to play golf and come home.
Well, I like my birthday because my birthday kind of kicks off the holiday season to where I'm like, oh, my birthday means I'm going to see more of my people a little bit more frequently than I have the rest of the year. Because it leads into the holiday season.
Right.
So that's how I kind of think of my birthday.
Yeah, I just realized that a real test right now is coming up.
Yeah.
It's a string of holidays. Did you think about that?
I did.
Earlier or just right now?
No. The first thing I thought of when the scenario was brought up was G's birthday. Which, again, it's like I wasn't thinking about my birthday. I was thinking, because I think I'm going to be good for my birthday.
I think you missed what I said.
Oh.
What I'm saying is, well, it's off mic shit, but I was like, yo, we got the holidays coming up, and this is usually the time where I like connect.
Yes.
With all our shit is right now in the back end.
Yes.
So if we make it past this, we'll be.
My birthday's gonna be fine. I was worried about G's birthday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess your birthday too, but.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Oh, man. All right, man. Hit my hand claps. Clap. Yeah. Fun facts. I've got a whole list of these. The blue whale's heart is the size of a VW Beetle and weighs up to 1,000 pounds. I thought that was crazy because a beetle is pretty large. So that's a very large heart.
A blue whale is the biggest animal in the world.
How many feet is that? About 100?
A beetle or a blue whale?
A blue whale.
I think it's like 400.
No way.
I'm picking
Nah. That's kind of crazy. It weighs only 1,000 pounds, 400 feet.
The heart.
Oh, the heart is probably like the heart.
The heart is 1,000 pounds. The blue whale weighs way more than that.
I want to see how long it is. Pause. I just want to see how long the blue whale is because, to me, the size of a Volkswagen Beetle is big. I would think
but they're saying that's the size of its heart,
right?
Not it.
I figure you could just tack on 60 feet.
Tack on 60 feet,
80 feet.
Our heart is like that compared to the rest of our body.
That doesn't mean for every animal. How long is a blue?
Man, I feel uncomfortable typing. How long is a blue whale?
Yeah, doesn't that have another? That's another term.
Yeah, I should say length. Or let me just go to marine thing.
I swear that should have popped up on the first page. Like how?
All right, maybe I'm tripping.
Why?
It says about 85 feet.
Yeah. So a Volkswagen Beetle is pretty big. In comparison to 100
8 feet long, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 10% of your body height.
They didn't say what year because I'm thinking of the new Beetle. The little small joints is cool. One of the most widely used symbols for medical assistance is actually the Swiss flag and not a medical symbol. So the little white flag with the little T on it, that's a Swiss flag, I guess.
I'm not good with flags.
I mean, either. I don't see the reason why we learned them in school either because I've not had to see a flag. Maybe if you need to know who the ops were before war, but I don't really go out that way. Before finally being accepted, I like this one. J.K. Rowling's original Harry Potter pitch was rejected by 12 publishers.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
And I think what the message in that was a little deeper too, though, right? Like, who knows how long she labored, right? She wrote the books. She went around going to, publisher to publisher who probably called each other. So just because someone tells you no one time doesn't mean you're not going to get a yes eventually.
I think it's a very good lesson for any wannabe entrepreneurs out there. Where it's a lot. I don't want to say it's always a numbers game, but almost all entrepreneurs are going to hear way more no's than they hear yeses. It don't matter how many no's you get. A lot of times you only need one yes. And so, you just keep going.
Yeah. After the release of the 1996 Scream, which involved an anonymous killer calling and murdering his victims, caller ID usage tripled in the United States. It's a nice fun fact. We've always been afraid. Like we used to think when the storm was coming and shit, people go on, COVID and then run into the stores and taking toilet paper. Fear tactics work all the time on human beings. We're just sheep. Real shit. We're all sitting here in this little bubble.
I mean, marketing is what marketing is. Doesn't matter what it is. It creeps up in your brain. Then all of a sudden you getting a new chicken sandwich because you think it's fire. And you're like, oh, it's just a regular chicken sandwich.
Imagine wasting your life dying because you wanted a chicken sandwich. No offense to that gentleman who lost his life, but yo, whatever you was arguing about, big dog, you could have this one spot, B. We all gonna get a chicken sandwich eventually. Now you just pull up and go get one. That's what get me more than anything. That's the wild part. It takes Uranus 84 years to orbit the sun once.
Yeah.
Can you imagine trying to explain your age? Oh, I'm 5,000, or no, I wouldn't be 5,000, huh? I'd be 2,364 months.
No. You wouldn't be a year old yet. Oh, you mean like, okay. Yeah.
If I was saying my age?
If the months transferred over.
Right, yeah. You would laugh. Because like we calculate our years by orbiting the sun. But like, what if
you might hit your weight goal if you're over there too.
All right, man. That's your best joke because you stuck it in pretty good. Pause.
Woo. You are not. You gotta get this off before you fuck with the random people on Saturday and Sunday.
Ant queens can live up to 30 years. All that spraying you doing, you got to find her, King.
Well, yeah, they ain't out there doing the grunt work.
Yeah.
Wherever you spraying, she ain't around. You hoping that one of them dudes is strong enough to get sprayed, limp the way back, and then she be like stupid enough to be like, yeah, come fuck with me real quick, yeah. And then I rub off on her.
Nah, that ain't happening, man. That ain't happening. But yeah, I thought that was interesting when I saw it. So a few of these, yeah.
Yeah, Ant living 30 years just seems kind of crazy.
Yeah, it seems like overkill in my opinion. But it's the queen though, Queen Bee. Hit my hand claps. Let's go. All right. Shows to watch. Now, I wasn't going to use the show, but I watched it all the way through. So I'm going to let you go ahead and get yours off first, though.
I mean, I thought you were going to skip it because you said you didn't have one.
I did have one, though. I was going to skip it, but I got to give shine to this. Right. I don't know if you've seen this. You have kids. You have Netflix and everything.
I don't have Netflix.
Okay, well, you had Netflix. Yes. So the season was out. The first season was out. I never seen the first season. I only watched the second season, and I'm going to tell you why I did that. That sounds crazy, right? It's a cartoon.
Okay.
On the kids' side of Netflix called My Dad the Bounty Hunter.
No.
So the way that one started off, they give you the flashbacks, on Netflix about what happened. And I got the gist of what happened. I didn't need to watch it all the way from the top. But because I started it with my kids, I had to finish it. Not with my kids, though. So I watched the last 5 episodes yesterday. And what I liked about it was we're in the era of blackness right now. Mm-hmm. So they did the movie. It's an outer space odyssey cartoon, black family, black heroes and shit, whole black planet, no pun, and the planet looked like a space age Wakanda. And they had their own little vibranium type shit that like was the source of their people's strength. So that got me. And I was telling my brother-in-law, I was like, look, the only reason why I'm watching this shit right now is because it's hella black. Like, that's the only reason why. Right. So if you got kids, I know we always talk about grown-up shows and shit like that, but if you have kids, My Dad the Bounty Hunter is an excellent show, especially if you got black children, to see heroes and kids that look exactly like them doing some dope shit. So, yeah.
It took me like 6 months, but I finally finished the Best Man, the final chapters on Peacock.
Wait, this is like the extension of the movies in the 90s?
So the Best Man, the movie in 1999.
Yeah.
And then in like 2012 or something, they did the Best Man Holiday.
They're the same dudes?
Same people. They come back together. They're older now. They've been married. Or the story is like 10 years later.
Hella wash.
So they did that again, but this time they gave them a mini series.
The same guys?
Same people.
You know what? That saved them. The fact that shows are now become more popular than actual movies, like that's... Damn, we were part of that birth. That was crazy how the switch happened. But anyway, that's pretty dope. So Taye Diggs is in it. Morris Chestnut. Who else am I missing? After we get past them and get a little hazy.
Nia Long.
Oh, so they got Nia back. She look amazing.
Not as amazing as I'm used to seeing her up until this point. So she's aged very great. She still looks great, but I don't know if it was.
So you siding with the Celtics?
I don't know if it was the hair or whatever they had her with this one. I'm just like, I feel like I've seen you look better like when you're just out and about.
I hate hearing you say that right now because all these things are going in my mind right now about her situation. That I don't want to bring
Terrence Howard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Still got the widow's peak. He will not let it go.
It ain't going nowhere. It's just going to gray over a little bit.
And this is Terrence Howard. Like Terrence Howard in The Best Man is different because then he went through it because he probably had the biggest career out of everybody in the show because he's been in the biggest movies.
I didn't think we go to run here.
What out of everybody in the show?
What movies?
Iron Man.
Terrence Howard is an Iron Man?
He's in the first one. He's Don Cheadle, and then he fucked up and said, I don't want to do this no more. He's been the lead, like...
Damn, I'm that far in Marvel that I forgot that he was in the first Iron Man.
Very first one.
You're going to make me go back and watch it.
I mean...
off that statement alone,
the biggest
you're right.
show, Empire, ATL, 50 Cent joint. Like, he's done big... Like, maybe not a whole bunch of way bigger movies than the other people, but he's been in bigger movies and the lead. He's been an Oscar he was in Crash.
I give you
that
the
got an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, I give you the nod. You're right. My bad.
I mean, All American is
I'm
is
not
cool
disputing
and all,
anymore,
but
man. Yeah. I believe you. I messed up. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Right when you said Iron Man, you got it, and then the rest just can like nail in the coffin at that point.
Yeah, but...
So, Best Man Holiday. All right.
No, that was the movie. This is called Best Man: The Final Chapter.
Oh, so they letting you know they not coming.
Yeah,
back.
not everybody gets a happy ending, which is something I like.
Oh, so you finished it though?
Yeah, I just finished it.
Everything good?
It was cool. It was what I expected. Like if you're invested in the Best Man, as far as like, oh shit, 25 years of my life I grew up on the movie. Best Man Holiday was cool because I grew up on the movie. It's just kind of an extension of that.
All right. Anything else you got for us? Go ahead, hit my hand claps, man. We're gonna get up out of here. Yeah.
Like that.
So I didn't find this out until today. It kind of bothered you. Gonna laugh. You really gonna laugh. You snigger right now. You're gonna really laugh. I know. I didn't know Feinstein died. And that wasn't too long
her
ago.
account was still tweeting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I imagine she wasn't controlling that for a long time. 90 years old, still working in the Senate. Rest in peace. They got to have an age
She's had a
cutoff,
rough
though.
couple years as far as like, you sure you should be making laws and shit? Like, she out here to be in 90.
She's not worse than Mitch.
I mean, no, but maybe in a certain
Close
way
second.
she is. Like,
Close second. But, so you're not a supporter of Dianne Feinstein?
no, I am for the most part, but
Did I say Dianne? I got that right?
yeah.
Why do I think Barbara? What was the other one? Barbara. At one time, it was both of them. It was Dianne and Barbara. What?
Yeah, Baxter.
Baxter. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Anyway, so you're not a supporter of Dianne, though?
I didn't say I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
You just said
reserve.
the last few years.
No, I'm just saying she been a little like, hey, you sure you should still be in a position this high and not retire because you're kind of getting a little.
I think that probably would have been about 10 years ago. But anyway, Feinstein, the oldest sitting U.S. senator, was a passionate advocate for liberal priorities important to her state, including environmental protection, reproductive rights, and gun control, but was also known as a pragmatic lawmaker who reached out to Republicans and sought middle ground. She's going to be truly missed. I voted for her a few times after reading her. Well, you know me, I told you I like reading people's bios and shit. So when I got into voting, obviously she's been doing politics before I was born. When I got into voting, I first read about her in a pamphlet, then looked up some of her policies and some of the things she was advocating for us. And that's what got me on there with her support and everything. So kind of hurt because she was my introduction. She's one of the first people I ever looked up, you know, as a voting citizen. So, yeah. Any 3 cheers for you? Hey, you ain't got a hezzy.
I don't know.
You can just hit that button.
I don't.
You can also pause it and be like, oh, I do want to, if people ever make it that far.
No.
Yeah, there you go. Just turn